Jesus wants to speak, so I'm going to speak with Jesus. Come, divine will, come speak in my breathing, speak in my speaking, breathe in my breathing, think in my thinking, beat in my heartbeat. Welcome back, folks. Kind of like a follow-up to the video I did on God equipping nature against us. Then after this is volume 22, July the 30th, 1927. If you're following it in the diaries, this is, in my book, this is the third paragraph. Then after this, I was following the most holy and adorable divine will in my interior, and my sweet Jesus added, "My daughter, the interior acts of a soul who does the will of God are free from any evil and shadow of defect. God alone is witness of an interior act." Think of the words of Jesus when he's delivering his Sermon on the Mount. He says, when you pray, go to your inner room, close the door, and speak to God who's waiting for you. And while no one points at her, no one looks at her, no one speaks of her, God, as witness of the work of the creature, where there no one is given to penetrate, in the interior of a creature, points at her, looks at her, and speaks to the whole of heaven, and many times also to the earth, of the great portents of the interior work of this creature, because you're doing it in the divine will. So within your soul, where you are abiding through interior prayer, God is there, pointing at divine acts within the human soul. Glorious suns rising, beautiful new creations. He sees the acts of Jesus, of Mary, Louisa, everyone from Adam to the last man. He's seen the most extraordinary works being created in your soul. You're not a witness to these things, but God alone is the witness. You're doing the acts, but you do not witness them. God is witnessing to them. God sees them. To be pointed at, to be looked at by God, to make him speak of a creature, is the greatest act and honor that she can receive, and cannot be excluded from the great works which God will accomplish through her. The interior acts are wounds, darts, arrows to the divine bosom. They are celestial messengers which are released from the creature and fly to her Creator, bringing the mark of glory, of love, and of pleasing only the one who has created her. In fact, who sees, who listens to, who appreciates all the things you do in your interior? No one. I alone am witness of them, listen to them, and appreciate them. This is why in our greatest works we choose souls who in appearance show nothing great and marvellous, but interior souls, who are unblemished either by human views or by the clamorous noise, the glory, the self-esteem which the external works bring. Fake works, temporal works, all temporal. The eternal works are within the soul, the divine works. In fact, in redemption we choose a simple virgin without external splendours, but she had her interior speaking and was able to say so much one-on-one with her Creator as to conquer him and obtain redemption. Now we have done the same for the kingdom of the divine fiat. We have chosen another one, all interior, who will say much and will pray God to concede the longed-for kingdom. The external acts, also good and holy, cannot please me like the interior acts, because the external ones are almost always impregnated with the air of self-glory, with human esteem, and sometimes also with blame. Now, I can testify to this because I am out there doing the evangelization, and I can tell you there is a constant battle with self-esteem, with ego, with pride, with arrogance. I'm battling these things constantly. But when I come to my pustinia, when I do my acts and my reading in the divine will, all that melts away because it's just God that I'm seeking to please when I'm here in my pustinia, when I'm in my house, when I'm in adoration. There's none of that. It all melts away. But when I'm stood in front of a group or going out in the airport or at a conference, oh my goodness, the ego, the pride, the arrogance, it overwhelms sometimes, and my my rescue point is do it in the divine will. Keep doing it in the divine will. Keep immersing yourself in the divine will. And it really is like a fortress that I've got a hammer to demolish it with. This ego, all these negatives, the self-esteem. It's like it becomes suddenly it becomes an impregnable wall. So yeah, I can really relate to this, what Jesus is saying. A poor heart feels within itself the effects of the praises, of the blame, after it has made many sacrifices. And what is human enters the field and invests the acts of the creature with its tenebrous air. And therefore they do not reach me as pure as they should be. Yeah, I'm there, folks. I can make a public confession here. That is me for sure. Because, yeah, my human nature creeps in and I have to fight all the time, especially when I'm on the road. That's why when I come back from a mission, sometimes I'm utterly exhausted from both the preaching of the kingdom, but also the constant interior battles. And I come back here to my pustinia, and everything just calms down. Everything becomes restful, peaceful, quiet, calm. The battle over for a short while. On the other hand, an interior act is neither blamed nor praised by anyone, and what is human has no way in, since she does not feel watched by anyone. Yeah. So the soul itself, it seems that she does nothing great, and therefore her acts are all impregnated with celestial air. Therefore be attentive, and let your interior always go around in my will. This is the beauty of it. Just walking around here in the fields and the quiet roads, doing the acts in the divine will, doing the gardening in the divine will. No one else seeing it. That's the joy, right? No one else bearing witness but God. Fiat voluntas tua.